How would you end The Simpsons? I'd actually end it with the legendary intro of the show. Skip the intro that episode. Go right into the show like some syndicated versions do, but at the end of the episode, there's a more detailed / longer version of the intro that shows a lot of characters. Then ends classically with the family rushing to get home and watch TV on the couch. As they turn the TV on, Homer does his moan / groan and says something like, "Is this show ever going to end?" He then changes the channel and then the screen goes to black before the credits roll. I wouldn't. Just feed it all into a bot and run whatever comes out ad infinitum. Nice try, Simpsons writers. An interview with Maggie in the future where she is a music star, in which she tells how it was growing up with her crazy, dysfunctional family. I just find it cool if the finale came with the irony of Maggie having the most speaking lines. Bart takes a job at the nuclear plant, and Homer is admitted to the old folks' home. Probably with Santa's little helper's death. First episode was when they get him at the racetrack, so it would be a nice bookend. Don't do anything grand or crazy, just a small story about Bart struggling to accept his boy is gone, with he and Homer having a nice touching moment as father and son when he helps him through it. Maybe even while they've gone out from some frosty chocolate milkshakes. Perhaps there's a bit of meta commentary where Homer tells Bart that we're never truly prepared to say goodbye, and sometimes things end before you know it, like with his mother's death. Meanwhile, Lisa and Marge have some cathartic moments together. Just a small episode with the 5 family members as the focus. Barry SLH at the finish line of the racetrack. The end. I would have started this 10 years ago, but I would start aging the characters. Have each episode take place a year after the one before it. The last episode plays just like any other episode, but after the conclusion it cuts to young Homer and Marge before they made Bart. It turns out that it was just a huge flash forward of what Homer's life would be with kids. He screams and runs away. Episode ends. Springfield gets nuke and Futurama returns for a 9th season. A flash forward, Bart is actually a successful stuntman, Lisa is a humanitarian lawyer, Maggie is graduating university with a journalism degree. Homer is retiring from the plant and Mr. Burns is somehow still alive, happier with Smithers as his partner, and remembers Homer's name and throws him a party. Mr. Burns even gives him a parting gift before releasing the hounds to break up the gathering. Flanders has become a left-handed internet mogul after going on the TV show Lizard's Lair and impressing the lizards with his online left-hand goods store. Rod and Todd are the Christian property brothers and their voices as adults have not dropped. Moe is still running Moe's and has permanently reserved Homer and Barney's stools. Bart still calls in from time to time and Moe secretly appreciates it. Milhouse has not become his father, but actually really built an impressive career in finance and is super fit, having grown out of his awkwardness, still trying to impress Lisa and somewhat succeeding. Ralph is a professional dog walker and has only ever lost 3 dogs on the job. Chief Wickham is still somehow chief and there has been a decline in criminal activity ever since Snake broke his leg in 4 places. And got a big settlement, and Fat Tony promised Quimby to keep his criminal activities in Shelbyville and only his fronts in Springfield. Quimby is up for his 10th consecutive stint as mayor, but during an interview with Kent Brockman over steaks at his favorite jazz lounge, he suffers a heart attack and poor Ol Gill finally gets elected running unopposed. Ends with Homer and Marge enjoying retirement at the mini putt, where they sneak into the windmill to do it again. hinting their love has never changed with age and they'll be just fine. Though you hear some considerable grunting from Homer trying to maneuver in a cramped little windmill. A completely normal day in Springfield with no real plot to it. Jokes are still made, but it's a very boring and average day. It's mostly following around Homer, and you're really just witnessing him wandering around the town in almost a strange quiet. Nearing the half point you get a depressing vibe from the whole town in a fourth wall break as you find out they secretly know they won't exist anymore except in those who will remember them once the show is over and don't know what to do, so they go about like it's a regular day. This is followed by some panic and frustration, desperate attempts to be hilarious and appealing to keep the show going. Many stop and want to just give up and end their lives before the show does it for them. Then at the end they accept the show is ending and appreciate what a long and amazing run they've had. Everyone in the town starts saying goodbye to one another in a very sad but heartwarming sense, which is followed by the Simpsons gathering in their home, huddling on the couch in their normal way of opening the show, and they all wave goodbye as the screen fades to black. Then appears a message of appreciation to the audience and everyone involved in the making of the show. I'd love it to end with a 20-minute montage of Ned Flanders in his ski outfit, wiggling his bottom while nothing at all, nothing at all, nothing at all repeats in the background. My theory is the final episode was produced secretly many years ago so it would be available whenever the time came. That way if Fox abruptly pulled the plug or a voice actor died, they'd already have the ending they want prepared. I liked the idea one of the showrunners had and I've ran with it ever since. It's a Christmas episode. Homer gets a demotion back to his previous job before becoming safety inspector. Santa's little helper dies, and Bart has to deal with losing his best friend, and decides to not get a new dog. Lisa discovers plants are just as harmed as animals in some scientific breakthrough of hers for school, and decides she'll no longer be a vegetarian and just balance her meals. At the end of the episode, Marge and Homer go Christmas shopping with Maggie as the kids are at school all day. They run into Ned, who introduces him to his new wife Maude. In the background we notice dead characters like Grimes and Homer's mom sneaking around as they walk through a vibrant mall. Other characters we notice get turned back in time too. The more and more it goes on we start to see the show's references going back in time as they all are reverting back to how they were long ago. In the end, the couple realize they're running very late. They rush home, get dressed into nice clothes and rush to the elementary school. They open the doors to the school and rush in. The animation then changes and we realize it's the first episode beginning. We fade out as they take their seats and we hear the choir in the background, but a new line is added. Homer whispers to Marge, "Marge, how long do you think this is gonna go on for?" Full circle. All the stories/episodes are being told by Maggie and what she experienced or was told through her life. Since she never talks in the show, it would be good to have her kind of narrate the final scene. Like, the final scene pans to Maggie closing a photo album or something and saying a few words about her life over the years. Power plant. Chernobyl Part 2. Big mushroom cloud, bird's eye view, camera pans up to show the location of Springfield, get cooked as Futurama spaceship blocks the camera. Ends with all of them sitting on the couch together one last time. Thanks for watching. We all love The Simpsons. Wouldn't it be great if the final episode everyone was hella green like Pepe? If you liked this video, hit the like button, and subscribe for more high quality AskReddit content. It's always #lit in ClubPepe.